the questions that the vessel operators or owner have at the moment in terms of product quality and product quantity when it comes to the, let's say, bunkering process, and the question we can have for this after a delivery. How can we ensure transparency in bunker quantity and quality claims? Within ExxonMobil, we have our ExxonMobil product measurement guideline, date from 2002 now, so it's not very new in terms of product quantity and how we have set our desire to measure correctly. And this procedure in use on board all the bunker barge doing delivery on our behalf all over the world. And this procedure, this guideline is already including mass flow metering system as a means of measurement. In the Port of Singapore, we have pioneered the implementation of mass flow metering system, even ahead of the time it became mandatory by the port authorities. From Singapore, we have then implemented additional mass flow metering system in the Port of Hong Kong. And more recently, in 2018, we have implemented our very first mass flow meter system in the Port of Antwerp, at that time delivering our ExxonMobil Premium HDME 50. And from ARA now, we have also implemented mass flow metering system in France too. So mass flow metering system is really, I would say, a step ahead in terms of transparency when it comes to bunkering process. There is a difference between measuring well and measuring correctly, in line with the legislation, in line with the standard, and in line with all, let's say, the national metrology that you can face in each and every port. This is why the mass flow metering system that we are implementing on board the bunkering barge are, we need to see two sides of it. They are fully accredited and fully certified by an independent third party. We believe we need these both aspects to help with the transparency and the security of the system. Because us at ExxonMobil, when we are discussing mass flow metering system, we are not discussing only about the meter, not only about the MFM. The S for system and security is also very important in terms of traceability and what we can recover from the continuous data logging that a meter is able to do during a delivery, and what we can collect in a kind of black box in anything that can happen during the bunker delivery. So when it comes to a delivery done via a mass flow metering system, at the end of the delivery, a ticket will be printed from the meter. This is part of the security of the system, meaning you can have only one original ticket per delivery. In terms of compliance with the legislation, it's a confirmation that this meter is certified and accredited. At the same time, there will be a data logger where we will have inside a kind of delivery profile, as we call it, where we will have recorded all the operating conditions, any change that could happen during the delivery, and if needed, in case of dispute, in case of discussion with the customer, we are able to provide this, or to provide and to use this delivery profile to within the discussion. Product quality, same as product quantity, is very important, I would say, for the vessel operator to prevent any, I would say, fuel management issue on board the vessel, from the fuel treatment up to the combustion in the engine. Vessel operator need to insist to get access to this latest ISO spec. So choosing a reputable supplier, buying to the latest ISO spec, and also know your supplier and ask them what they are doing in terms of product quality. We have another procedure which is critical, that is in use on board all the bunkering barges that are doing delivery across the world on our behalf. It's our ExxonMobil sampling policy. Because at the end, the quality on how is taken the sample, how and where is taken the sample is as important as the quality of the product inside the bottle. We are seeing still a lot of discussion about sampler location, about the seal numbers that need to be reported onto the BDN, about the MARPOL sample itself, which is a very important one because at the end, MARPOL sample is the sample that will confirm if we are in compliance with the sulfur legislation or not. Where mass monitoring systems have been a starting point in the digitalization of the bunkering process, we are not yet exploiting all the capability of what could provide a cloud-connected mass monitoring system for both the supplier and the end user of the fuel. In other words, today the technology is there to be able to follow live the inventory on board the barge, same on board the customer vessel, on board the receiving vessel. There is certain new type of fuel, a new technology, new, I would say, type of energy that will be potentially used in the shipping industry in the coming years. We are certainly entering a transition period where a lot of different new fuel will be available within the bunkering market. As a conclusion, when it comes to product quality and product quantity, it's very important for a vessel operator to ensure they get what they are paying for. How can it be that today we are still seeing so many, I would say, discussion about product shortage? From time to time, we are hearing about letter of protest about 22-ton shortage during a bunker delivery. 22 ton is close to a truck. We cannot think that a truck quantity could disappear during the transfer of a product between a barge and a receiving vessel. So today, technology, digitalization, and the mass flow metering system is one of the tools that we can use for this. The only advice in this changing period, in this period of uncertainty, the advice remains the same to vessel operator. Please ask your bunker supplier what they are doing to enhance transparency, what they are doing on how they set their desire to measure correctly, and how they are working their, let's say, sampling policy, or anything they can do in terms of sampling taking on board the barge.